and now I'm part of AEW. So I've had a wonderful, wonderful run in wrestling, and that's not lost on me at all. And to be able to say I was a part of this, it was a great time. It was part of Hulkamania, and that was a great time in the WWF at that time. Got to work with Vince, got to work with Bruce, got to work with Pat, um, got to work with Dick Ebersol, Jesse Ventura, Bobby Heenan, Gordon Soley. Holy shit. What a life, huh? Bob Caudle.
No doubt, dude.
Jesus. That's it's a hell of a run. I can tell you that. That is a hell of a run, and I'm very, very proud of that. And that's one of the reasons I'm so happy to be, even though I've motherfucked you 100 times telling you I'm going to quit. I'm so happy to be doing this podcast with you.
My relationship with Tony Schiavone is by far one of the most interesting in all of wrestling, because he will just send me the meanest text messages. You ignorant motherfucker! I hate you and everybody you work with so much. And then I see him in person and he hugs my neck. How you doing, man?
I've never said I hated you.
Oh no, yeah, right. No. It's just everyone else.
Everybody else that works with us can kiss my fucking fat ass. Except Dave Silva. I kind of like Dave Silva. Dave, are you with us tonight, Dave?
Yes, sir. Right here.
Wait, have you seen Dave's hat?
No. Do you have your hat on, Dave? Do you have a hat?
He has a hat that you will not believe. Like this, he showed it to me before we went live, and I'm like, "What the? Why do you have that? What are you doing? Look at this, Tony."
Let's go, girls.
Dave, do that ding for me again.
It's Christmas time.
You can see you can't hate Dave Silva. You try, but you can't.
No, man, I know people who do. I mean,
there's lines
long. I don't hate you, Dave. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Thanks to you.
Wait, no. Hang on.
Giddy up.
Say it to him in his native tongue. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, Divad.
God bless you.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Hey, when we're taking a look at this old footage of Bret Hart, I kind of forget what a big fan of Bret I was when he was on his way to becoming the Intercontinental Champion. We know he's going to win that at SummerSlam 91, so we're still a ways away. He's still knee-deep in his tag run at this point. When you saw him work as a single here in 1989 against somebody that you knew, you liked, you respected, like Greg the Hammer Valentine, did you think Bret could be one of the next big stars for the WWF? Or did you think, hey, as great of a technical wrestler as he is, that's not really what Vince is looking for. He's looking for more of the bodies.
Yeah.
What did you think of Bret when you saw him in this era?
Well, again, I thought Vince looked for the big guys. The big guys like a Hulk Hogan. So I thought Bret was great, a great technical wrestler, but I didn't think he would be a world champion. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't think that he would make it to world champion either. I kind of thought he would be the Intercontinental champ, and I loved him there. Like, I thought he and Shawn Michaels and Davey Boy Smith, like, that felt like the modern version of this era of the Mr. Perfects and the Randy Savages. Like, it was just another class of great in-ring wrestlers as a single right behind him. And I know a lot of those guys were there for that as tag teams, whether it was Shawn or Bret or Davey. Actually, I just put together, they were all tag teams. Mm-hmm. That is interesting that, some guys like the Hulk Hogans of the world, they come in and go straight to the world title. But other guys, guys like the ones I just named off, they start in a tag team, split off, get what I guess we would call the mid-card belt, and then eventually some of them work their way up to the world title. Why do you think that is, Tony, where some guys just immediately get right into the main events and others, it takes a little while?
I don't have an answer for that, but I can tell you this, looking at Bret Hart, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart together as the Hart Foundation, they had a certain look about them.
Yeah.
When they split off, Bret Hart didn't change that look.
No.
he still looked like a tag team wrestler wrestling a singles match, didn't he?
Yes, yes.
So I think there's something to be said for that. This is very much what we're watching right now, the Hart Foundation look.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
it stayed Bret Hart's look through all of that. So that may have something to do with it. I don't know. I mean, think about this: when Shawn Michaels broke away from the Rockers, he had a kind of a new look, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He switched it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah. We want to say hello to Coach Keith Morrison, who's finally awake and has joined us. And
he's probably on halftime with the Raiders right now. I don't know if you know, but they're playing football tonight on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, there was a doubleheader tonight, right?
Yeah, and matter of fact, the Falcons, right there in your hometown of Atlanta, as we're speaking, there's 2 minutes left. They've got the ball. It's 15-9. The Falcons are going to win a game. Of course, that had to happen against the lowly fucking Raiders, but
Gonna kick the Raiders down to 2-12 if the Raiders lose. How about that? Yikes!
Look at you knowing some shit. The Vikings, by the way, about to finish up the Bears and put it on them. Yep. My dad, we're going to put him in a home soon. I was at his home earlier tonight, brought dinner in for the family. It was a great time. And we sat down afterwards and turned the game on so we could see kickoff. And when they got a glory shot of the outside of the building, and we had seen the first, few drives of the game, Dad says, "Is that the Mercedes-Benz Dome?" And I said, "No, Dad, it's not." He said, "Oh, I didn't know." And so then we see the interior of the field again. By the way, the Mercedes-Benz Dome is in Atlanta.
Right.
And as the Bears are playing the Vikings, he says, "So this is in Indianapolis, right?" And I said, "Dad, where do you think the fucking Vikings are exactly?" And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "What town do you think the Vikings play football in?" And he said, "Right there, son. That's it." I said, "Well, a minute ago, when you saw the outside of it, you called it the Mercedes-Benz Dome. That's in Atlanta. And now you've seen the field and you know for sure that it's what it is and where it is. And you ask, is it in Indianapolis?" He goes, "Yeah, well, the Vikings are playing." And I go, "Dad, do you think that's the fucking Colts?" He goes, "No, stupid ass. It's the Vikings." I go, "The Indianapolis Vikings sounds right to you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm 67. Fuck off."
Well, so am I.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. I know what's going on with your dad.
Prevagen?
Well, no. It's Alabama hangover.
Oh, I see. Football's over and our mind's mush now.
Yeah. I mean, the Alabama did not make it to the playoffs, and your dad is like, he just pissed off.
He can't compute this now. I got
right.
you.
He can't compute. And I get that, so just be easy on him. Okay.
I will, man. I can't wait to see. I'm glad to hear the Indianapolis Vikings pulled it off tonight in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
Yeah. Over the Chicago Indians. Yep. Right.
It was almost like when I was watching AEW one time and it was announced that Kenny Omega was the WWE World Champion.
I was there when that happened. It was quite a moment. It's quite a moment for all of us. Hey, by the way, Coach Keach said that we're going to get the first pick in the draft. They already have Brock Bowers, who's probably one of the best rookie tight ends you'll find. So maybe they're on the good rebuilding program. I don't know.